Welcome to the deep dive, where we deep dive into, all sorts of things. Today, we're going to be tackling SAP Business Technology Platform, or as it's more commonly known, SAP BTP. And you've shared some official SAP documentation with us to kind of get us started.
Yeah, it's good to note that this information is a snapshot from November 4th of this year, so 2024.
Yeah.
And, well, things change so fast in the tech world, there might be updates since then. So just keep that in mind as we go.
Yeah, definitely. Always good to check the latest documentation, but this will give us a good foundation. Speaking of getting started, the documentation focuses on, how to get started with SAP BTP. And it really highlights two main paths, trial accounts and enterprise accounts.
Exactly. But before we jump into the specifics of those, it's really important to understand the foundation of SAP BTP, the global account.
Okay, so what is a global account?
Well, imagine having control over who accesses your SAP BTP resources, how much they use, what projects they're working on. That's what you get with a global account. It's like your central hub for managing everything.
So it's all about control and management.
Exactly. You can manage users, allocate resources, even track costs. And there are different commercial models within global accounts too, consumption-based, subscription-based. But we'll kind of focus on that core concept for now, which is basically your journey on SAP BTP. It all starts with a global account.
Gotcha. So, global account, check. Now let's talk about those trial accounts. These sound really good, for someone new to SAP BTP.
Absolutely. I mean, think about it. You get full access to all the platform's capabilities free of charge. You can experiment, build prototypes. It's like a sandbox for your ideas.
That is fantastic. So a completely free trial, but I'm guessing there's got to be a catch, right?
Well, the trial accounts are time limited. So it's like getting a VIP pass to a cutting-edge tech lab,
Yeah.
but just for a set period.
Oh, okay. So it's about making the most of that limited time, which is kind of exciting, right? Like, how much could you achieve with, say, 30 days of unlimited access to SAP BTP? The possibilities are pretty crazy.
It's true. Yeah. It really encourages you to dive in and just explore. And you also mentioned that you were intrigued by something called the free tier.
Yes. The free tier definitely caught my eye.
It's a great feature. The free tier isn't actually a separate type of account. It's like a collection of free services that you can access within an enterprise account.
Oh, okay. So it's like a bonus pack that's included with the enterprise account.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And the best part is you can try out those services without, committing to paid plans right away. It gives you a chance to test the waters and see what works for you.
That makes a lot of sense. So we've got these trial accounts for individual exploration, and then the free tier within the enterprise accounts for those who want to kind of sneak peek. But what about those who are ready to take the full plunge with SAP BTP? Tell me more about the enterprise accounts.
Well, enterprise accounts are designed for, businesses, organizations that are ready to move beyond exploration and actually implement. So they need a more robust environment to host applications, integrate with other systems, really build out their digital landscapes.
So if you're looking to build like production-ready applications, you're going to need an enterprise account. What else sets them apart from the trial accounts?
Well, with an enterprise account, you also get 24/7 support from SAP. So you're never left hanging if you run into any issues. You also get higher usage limits and more advanced features. It's a significant step up in terms of capabilities and support.
Okay, that makes sense. So how do you actually get an enterprise account?
There's three main ways. You can purchase one directly from SAP. You can join the SAP Partner Program.
Yeah.
Or you can self-register for an enterprise account specifically to access the free tier services.
Okay. So options for different needs and levels of commitment. Let's start with the most straightforward route, purchasing a customer account.
All right. So when you purchase a customer account, you're basically making a commitment to SAP BTP. The process usually involves choosing from, a set of predefined packages. Each one's kind of tailored to different needs and budgets.
So you pick the package that aligns with your requirements and resources.
Exactly. And the great thing is you can always upgrade or adjust those resources later on as your needs change. You're not stuck with one configuration.
Nice. That flexibility is great. It means you don't have to make a massive commitment right up front. So what happens after you make that purchase? How do you actually get access to the platform?
Well, after purchasing a customer account, you'll get 2 emails from the SAP Platform Services team. The first one confirms that your resources are being provisioned, basically just letting you know things are being set up for you behind the scenes.
Exciting. What about the second email?
Well, that second email is the one with the keys to your brand new SAP BTP environment. So it's got the URL to access your SAP BTP cockpit and your login ID. And this is where that global account administrator becomes so important.
Right, right. The global account administrator, you mentioned they have a pretty central role.
They do. Remember, the global account is like that control center for everything. Well, the global account administrator is the person who has ultimate control over that account. They manage users, assign roles, permissions, and really just ensure everything's running smoothly.
So if I'm a new user in an organization that already has an existing SAP BTP customer account, I would need to contact the global account administrator to get access.
Yeah, exactly. They're the ones that can grant you the permissions you need to start exploring and using SAP BTP.
That makes sense. So we've covered purchasing a customer account. What about option number two? Becoming an SAP partner sounds, well, sounds like a whole other ball game.
Yeah, the partner program is really fantastic if you want to use SAP BTP for your own projects, but also build solutions to sell to other businesses.
So you're not just a user, you're a creator and provider. But it sounds like becoming a partner requires, a whole deep dive on its own.
It does. It's a separate application process, with its own qualifications, but the potential is huge. I mean, imagine building your own business around SAP BTP.
Wow. Okay, so let's circle back to the free tier, that free tier within an enterprise account. You mentioned it's kind of like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I mean, the free tier gives you a taste of the enterprise experience without that initial cost commitment. And you can always upgrade to paid plans later on seamlessly when you're ready.
It sounds like a perfect option for someone who, wants more than a trial account but isn't ready to jump into a full customer or partner account just yet. But how does the onboarding process work for that free tier within an enterprise account?
It's similar to the customer account process, but there's one key difference. When you're signing up for a global account to access the free tier services, you can actually choose an existing global account within your company or create a new one.
So you have the flexibility to either join an existing setup or just start fresh.
Exactly. And if you choose an existing global account, it's really important to contact that global account administrator.
Why is contacting the global account administrator so important in that situation?
Because all the communication goes to that global account administrator, including access information. So to avoid delays or confusion, just let them know you're joining and you need access to those free tier services.
It's like giving your friend a heads up before showing up to a party.
Exactly, yeah. And then ideally, the global account administrator will add you as a user,
Yeah.
and assign you the appropriate role so you can get started.
All right, so to recap, we've got three main ways to get an enterprise account: purchase, partner, or free tier self-registration. And that global account administrator is your key contact for access and permissions.
You got it.
This has been a fantastic overview of the different ways to get started with SAP BTP. It seems like there really is a path for everyone, whether you're an individual explorer or a large enterprise.
Welcome back to our deep dive into SAP BTP. We've covered the different ways to access the platform, but now I'm thinking about what we can actually do with it. What's possible.
That's the real question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now that we've got the entry points figured out, let's explore what we can actually do, what SAP BTP can unlock.
All right, I'm ready. What kind of power are we talking here?
So remember, SAP BTP is a platform as a service. Service. Right. And instead of just like giving you software, it gives you the tools and the environment to actually build and run your own applications.
So it's more like a digital workshop than a finished product.
Yeah, exactly. And SAP BTP has all these different services to support your needs. Everything from managing and analyzing data to integrating and extending your systems.
Sounds incredibly versatile. Can you give me an example? Like, what can one of these services actually do? Okay, sure. Let's say you're, a business analyst, and you need to, extract insights from data that's spread across all these different systems. Well, SAP BTP has services like SAP HANA Cloud, which is a, high performance in memory database, and SAP Analytics Cloud, which is a platform for, analysis. And they can help you gather, analyze, and visualize that data, turn it into something you can use, make smarter decisions.
So you're not just looking at raw numbers. You can get a clear picture of what's happening and then use that information to make better decisions.
Yeah, exactly. And for developers, imagine you want to add new features to existing SAP systems, like, S/4HANA, but without disrupting your core processes. Well, SAP BTP offers services for that too, like SAP Extension Suite and SAP Integration Suite. And you can create these custom applications that seamlessly work with your current setup.
That's going to be huge for anyone working with complex systems. It's like having the freedom to build what you need without having to start from scratch.
Yeah, you got it. And those are just like two examples. There's a ton more. It's a comprehensive toolkit for like your digital transformation journey.
I'm starting to see why you're so excited about this, but I gotta say, all this power, it's kind of, well, it feels a bit overwhelming, like walking into a giant workshop with all these tools I've never used before.
I get it, yeah. And that's why SAP offers a bunch of resources to help guide you.
Like tutorials and training materials and things like that.
Exactly. The SAP Help Portal is a really good starting point.
Yeah.
It's like your digital encyclopedia for SAP BTP, all the documentation on everything, from basic setup to, advanced configurations. Yeah. So if you need help figuring something out or troubleshooting, the SAP Help Portal is where you go.
So a one-stop shop for information. But what if, like, I prefer a more hands-on approach?
You've got that too. The SAP Developer Center, it's full of tutorials and learning paths. They call them learning journeys. And these journeys walk you through, different aspects of SAP BTP step by step, from the basic concepts to real-world stuff.
I like that. Learning journeys. It's a good way to put it. It's definitely more engaging than just reading documentation.
Yeah, it's all about learning by doing. And, if you're someone who thrives in a more interactive environment, SAP also offers training courses and workshops, both online and in person, led by, experienced instructors. It's a deeper dive into specific topics.
Sounds like they've really thought about all the different learning styles and levels of experience. It's good to know they've made it accessible to everyone, regardless of, their background.
Yeah, they really have. It's key to their approach, enabling access to knowledge.
Okay. So we've talked about what SAP BTP is and how to learn how to use it, but why? Why should someone choose this platform? What makes it stand out?
Well, there's a few things.
I'm listening.
One of the biggest is integration. Seamless integration with SAP's existing applications, like S/4HANA, SuccessFactors, Ariba, and that makes it so much easier to extend and enhance your current landscape. You can leverage your previous investments and streamline your processes.
So if you're already an SAP customer, BTP is just a natural extension.
Exactly. Like adding a turbocharger to your SAP engine.
I like that. Gives you more power without a complete overhaul.
Yeah.
But what else makes SAP BTP unique?
Well, another key thing is, SAP's understanding, this deep understanding of like business processes and best practices. And that's built into the platform and the services. So you're not just getting the technology, you're getting solutions aligned with real world needs.
So it's not just about cool features, it's practical, real-world application.
Exactly. SAP BTP is designed to help businesses achieve their strategic goals, whether it's improving efficiency, customer experience, new revenue streams.
This is starting to make a lot of sense. But what about staying ahead of the curve? How does BTP foster innovation?
Well, SAP BTP is built on an open and extensible architecture. So it's designed to incorporate the latest advancements, whether it's AI, machine learning, blockchain, even the Internet of Things. It's all there. SAP BTP gives you the tools to experiment and innovate.
So it's not static. It's constantly evolving to embrace new trends.
Yeah, and that's key in the tech world. SAP is committed to giving their customers, a platform that empowers them to innovate and transform.
I'm really seeing how it's more than just a platform. It's a catalyst for change.
That's it, exactly.
Yeah?
That's what makes it exciting.
It's really cool to see how much thought they put into making this platform powerful but still accessible. Do you have any advice for someone just starting their SAP BTP journey?
I do, yeah. First, embrace that learning journey.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to dive in, experiment, and, take advantage of all those resources.
Be curious, explore. What else?
Second, connect with the community. The SAP BTP community, there's so many developers, experts, enthusiasts, all eager to share what they know. So join forums, go to webinars, attend events. You can learn from others, build your network.
Yeah, that community support can be huge, especially when you're starting out.
Absolutely. And my third piece of advice, think big, but start small. You don't have to do everything at once. Pick a specific business challenge, build a solution for that, and then as you gain experience, you can expand your scope and take on bigger projects.
Take it one step at a time, but keep that big picture in mind.
Exactly.
This has been incredible, and I can't wait to hear what else you've got to share.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We've, really gotten into the nuts and bolts of SAP Business Technology Platform. Seen its potential, seen real-world examples.
It's been pretty cool, right? Yeah, we've looked at so much different account types, those services, all the resources.
Yeah, we've got a good grasp now of what SAP BTP is and how to use it.
Right.
But I'm wondering, what are some common questions people have, concerns maybe, when they're thinking about this platform.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Let's tackle some of those.
All right, what's the first one that comes to mind?
Well, one that I hear a lot is this just for big companies? Is SAP BTP only for large enterprises? Or can smaller businesses benefit from it too? Yeah, that makes sense. It's easy to think, something this powerful is only for companies with tons of resources.
Right, it's a common misconception.
Yeah.
And yeah, while SAP BTP definitely works for big enterprises, it's also designed to be accessible to businesses of all sizes.
So how do they make it accessible to smaller businesses who, might have a limited budget?
Well, remember those pricing models we talked about, like consumption-based pricing. That's one way. You pay for what you use, perfect for smaller businesses. They might not need the full enterprise package right away.
Right, kind of like a pay-as-you-go option.
Exactly. And SAP also has pre-configured solutions, starter packs, specifically for small and medium businesses. So these packages, they bundle essential services and tools together. Makes it super easy to get started. No complex setup.
It's like they give you that pre-built foundation.
Exactly. And those starter packs often come with, attractive pricing, onboarding support, makes it much simpler for smaller businesses to jump in, really embrace that digital transformation.
That's great news for those businesses. It means SAP BTP really is within reach, no matter your budget or your technical expertise.
Exactly. And don't forget that free tier, right? That gives anyone a chance to try things out, get some hands-on experience before spending any money.
It's great. Explore, no risk. What are some other concerns? What else do people worry about with SAP BTP?
Well, security, of course. It's a big one. And it should be, right? Businesses want to know that their data, their sensitive information is safe when they're using a cloud platform.
Yeah, for sure. Security it's everything these days. So what does SAP BTP do to address those concerns?
SAP takes it very seriously. SAP BTP is built on, a really strong security architecture. It incorporates all the industry best practices, the certifications.
Okay, that's good to hear. Can you give us some specific examples?
Of course, yeah. So SAP BTP uses a multi-layered approach.
Yeah.
All these different safeguards working together to protect your data and your applications. Stuff like data encryption, secure user authentication, regular security audits, comprehensive threat monitoring, and they have data centers all over the world, making sure they comply with all those regional data privacy regulations.
Wow. It's a lot. They've thought of everything.
They really have, and they're always, investing in security research and development. They want to stay ahead of those emerging threats. So yeah, it's a secure and trusted environment for businesses.
All right. That puts my mind at ease. It sounds like they're really going above and beyond.
Absolutely. And finally, a question that always comes up is about the future.
Yeah.
Like, what's next for SAP BTP? What innovations, what developments are on the horizon?
Yeah, we always want to peek into the future, right?
Right. Well, I don't have a crystal ball, but I can tell you this. SAP is all about innovation. Continuous innovation. They're constantly working to make the platform better, provide more value to customers.
So it's not a static thing. It's dynamic. It's always changing.
That's exactly it. Some key trends, I think, to look out for. A bigger focus on artificial intelligence and machine learning. That's to, automate tasks, give intelligent insights, deeper integration with other cloud providers, create that seamless, connected experience. And of course, SAP will be expanding those capabilities to support things like blockchain and the Internet of Things.
Wow, so many exciting things to come.
It is. SAP BTP is more than just a platform. It's how businesses can, transform, thrive in this digital age.
Yeah, it's inspiring, seeing how SAP empowers businesses to do these amazing things. Well, we've explored SAP BTP inside and out, from the basics to the potential.
I think our listeners have a much clearer understanding now of what it is and how it can help.
Yeah, we've demystified it, highlighted the opportunities. And we encourage our listeners, keep exploring, keep learning about SAP BTP.
Well, forget all those resources, the community of experts. They're there to support you.
The world of SAP BTP is vast, and it's exciting.
Absolutely. And with the right mindset, the right resources, you can do anything, build anything.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into SAP Business Technology Platform.